So let's talk. Well, actually, I want to talk about the past first, and then we'll go into the rest of the cards so that you know if this situation pertains to you. Okay, so in the past position, we have here the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune. Both of these are major arcana cards, and they indicate a very, very deep soul-searching type of journey that you have been doing. So I feel like if this pertains to you, then, watch the rest. The Hermit is a kind of like a self-imposed isolation, okay? So I feel like a lot of you, Aquarius are very, very dynamic, very enthusiastic people. They're great. They make great first impression on everybody because you're quite friendly, you're quite talkative, you're very knowledgeable, quite intelligent, and like bright like a penny. So I feel that a lot of you have many, many suitors overall throughout the course of your life. Whenever you're single, you have a lot of people that are, at least interested in you, and they're flirting with you. And I feel that you come into a lot of social interactions with a very nonchalant, with a very friendly vibe. So the other people don't really know how you feel about them. So I feel like you have been keeping people at a distance, okay? So like you're keeping people at arm's length. And I do feel that a lot of people, on the one hand, we have a lot of people that are interested in you. And we're talking high caliber people that want to be in a stable relationship with you. They're generally very well-traveled people. They might be culturally different from you. So you're dealing with a lot of good, positive people overall that want to be in your midst. However, what I feel is happening is this is a card about self-seclusion, self-imposed isolation. You are keeping to yourself. You're happy with your own company. I feel like a lot of you are tinkering with a lot of things. Like you have a lot of hobbies. You have a lot of interests. You're trying to expand your mind. You're trying to absorb information. You're trying to make yourself into a better person. And, because you're not overly a sexual sign unless you have a lot of fire in you. So unless you have Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, rising or moon sign, if you're a person with heavy Aquarian traits, unless you have a lot of fire in you, I feel like you're not a very, very sexual, I want to say even sensual type of person. So you're really happy with your own company, and you might have kept yourself from dating. You might have found one excuse after another to just not date and just be by yourself. And I feel like it has really worked well for you. And I feel what's happening is that you are encountering new people. If you haven't already for the past few months, I feel that you're encountering new people. And what's coming through is we have here a water sign. So this is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is somebody that is very, very they're very intense, I feel. And Scorpio does come to mind. They're the most intense of all the water signs. I feel like a lot of you might be involved with this person who's making really, really big gestures in order to be with you. Okay, so they're making their feelings known. They're not somebody that is shy about expressing how they feel. They're pretty adamant about, wanting to build a relationship with you, wanting to be with you, wanting to have a relationship, and even taking the relationship to the next level. And I feel like for some of you, this person has too much intensity. They might expect too much from you, and you're not really ready to give it your all just yet. For others of you, I feel that this is a person that you were involved with, and you were involved with, that have been in your life for a few years. I feel once again, they are linked up with another person, which indicates you might find out they've moved on, because we have the Three of Swords, which indicates separation. So you might find out that they've moved on, that they're, involved with another person, and they're trying to take their relationship with the other person to the next level. So we have two ways in which this could play out. But I feel like this is someone who's making a declarative statement about wanting to be with you. And I do feel as well, if you are dealing with this person from a distance, there might be some sadness associated with it, not because you're physically separating from each other, but because there's that sense of distance about, not being able to be with them. You might get communication from this person to bridge the distance between the two of you. They might come to see you if you're dealing with this person and it's a new person. They might come to see you, like travel quite a ways to come and be with you. All right. What is coming through in your foundation here? We do have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is a situation where we are taking a little bit of a break in order to fight another day. It's linked up here with the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups usually indicates sadness, regrets, disappointment with a situation, and we're not really sure how to proceed forward. So on the one hand, I feel that a lot of you might have been in situations in the past where you were involved with a partner. And I feel like you might be you're involved with a partner. And I feel like even though you both were together, you're not very compatible. And as a result of it, you felt very alone in the relationship. So they, like your time, your schedule might have been different where you rarely got to see each other. There's a sense of estrangement between the two of you. And I feel that you want out. You want out of this relationship mainly because you don't feel emotionally nurtured. You also didn't feel as if you were both in it for keeps. And I do sense for a lot of you, you might just, this is a situation where somebody still wants to be with you and they still want to make their love known. And they are very sincere. And I feel that that they're very sincere. But the love is not there from your end anymore. And you want out of that relationship. So I do feel that a lot of you, if you have been in struggling relationships, I feel like you just want to bounce. You just want out of it. Okay. Because what's coming through is what I'm sensing, and it could be all signs, not just a water sign. They're making their feelings known, and I feel like you're drifting away. You have already moved on. A lot of you might have shifted from a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, to a new person who just came into the picture past few months. This is a new person, okay? We have here the Page of Swords as well as the Knight of Swords. So I feel that you're smitten by somebody else and you might have shifted from a water sign to an air sign. The water sign might be, trying to get you to come back, but it's done and over with. You have already emotionally withdrew your affection and you are moving on with an air sign. So the air sign is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I feel this is somebody with a lot of fire in them because the way they come in, they're very fast, very driven, kind of reckless, but not in a bad way. I feel like they're still smart, quite exciting, quite intelligent, but I feel there is a lot of fire with this person. So I'm feeling like, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra with like a lot of Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, either their moon, their Mars, or their rising. So you're dealing with somebody with a lot of fire, with a lot of drive, ambition, and they know what they want. They beelines it for you because I feel like this is somebody who is a very, very directed energy. And if you have been in the past, dealing with a person, a significant other, I feel like a lot of you did all the work. So even Aquarius female dating men, I feel like the men you might have dated were very passive. So actually, if you're just an Aquarius dating other people, and especially a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, they're very passive. And I feel that, you were the one that had to do everything. A lot of planning, a lot of like management, a lot of like getting things rolling. And I feel like a lot of you were the types where, if you wanted to do something with them, if you wanted to get something done, you had to plan things out. And they don't really take the initiative, mainly because, they're a little bit more laid back. But I feel like whoever you're dealing with right now, this air sign, they're very aggressive. They're very directed. They're very ambitious. And I feel like you can, you find yourself kind of sitting back. You don't have to take the reins now. And I feel that a lot of you, it really boosts your ego when the other person takes initiative because it shows you that they are serious about you. And this is something a lot of people don't know about Aquarius, okay? Aquarius is a fixed sign. So if you want to court an Aquarius person, male or female, just make sure that you're not just all talk. I feel that, if you tell them, hey, let's meet here at this time on this date, they will be there. And I feel that that's the best way to handle an Aquarius. Mainly, just don't tell them, like, don't leave it up to them, because they want you to take initiative, and they might not say it, but they really do. So I feel like for those of you who are courting an Aquarius, male or female, it is best for you to just say, hey, let's meet for a drink, let's meet for lunch, let's meet for a date. Meet me here, here, here at this specific time on this specific date. If they say okay, I feel that, they're going to be there, and they really like it when people take initiative. So I feel like you're meeting somebody who is taking a lot of initiative in order to plan a lot of exciting dates, plan things so that everything goes smoothly. And I feel that the pressure is off you. So now you can enjoy the moment without having to, overly plan and think about things, okay? And work out the logistics, I guess. So what's crowning you? And the crowning energy is something that you are thinking about. We have here the Page of Cups. This is a really good energy as it pertains to love. This is kind of like not only loving the other person, but like liking them as a person. So I hope that makes sense. It's sort of like, I feel a lot of you are in a relationship right now. You might have shifted from a water sign to a water sign that has been in your life for quite some time. They're in another relationship right now. And you're shifting to an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. If you're dealing with a water sign, there's a sense of geographical distance separating the two of you. There might be some issues with communication. There might be a lot of drinking as well involved with them. So I feel like that might be a barrier, one of the obstacles that you're dealing with. And either way, whoever you're newly involved with, I do feel like there's a great deal of emotional rapport. Like you actually like each other. You get along really well. There's a lot of admiration coming through. So I feel like it's not just lust. I don't feel that it's just lust, okay? Because this is showing up in conjunction with the Ace of Wands, which indicates a lot of lust, a lot of sexual energy, a lot of passion, a lot of attraction. But I feel like it's also, there's a lot of friendship. There's a lot of mutual understanding involved as well. So I feel like you're dealing with another person that you actually really like spending time with. So overall, it is going to be a very good month as it pertains to love relationships. There is a little bit of a separation here, a little bit of disappointment. If you're dealing with a water sign for the past few years, and I feel like they're in another relationship right now, and it's going to be known to you, and you're going to have to choose to, decide what to do with this information. But the rest of it looks very good to me. I feel like new air sign coming through, and especially for those of you who are out dating, there's going to be somebody with a previous marriage entanglement. That is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, for those who are single and dating. And then we have an air sign as well that's very aggressive. And I feel like, not in a bad way, but I feel like they're very directed about what they want, okay? So your days of being, playing hermit, sequestering yourself away from society, from dating is over. And I feel like you can no longer make excuses about, why you're single, because there are options coming through. So on the one hand, I feel like a lot of you are still grappling with this, whether or not to remain friends with somebody, or whether or not to have a sexual, liaison with another person. So I do see friends with benefits coming through, but a lot of you are looking for a little bit more stability in your love life, okay? Coupled people, I do see a lot of trips coming through, a lot of celebrations, trips, travel, housing situation, like lodging, accommodations, and things like that. It looks very, very good. But once again, I feel like if you're in a coupled relationship, you're doing a lot more of the planning than the other person is. And it would be helpful if you talk to them and tell them, that you don't like to do it, if that's your thing, because I feel like the other person needs to step up, okay? So you need to balance that aspect out of the relationship in order for things to be smooth in the future.